I wasn't ready. Welcome to episode 49 of Music and Nothing About. We're almost at 50 and I thought it was about time to do more Sondheim. It's been too long. You guys voted for the next Sondheim reaction and Assassins won. Yeah. Quite easily actually, I was impressed. Now, I know there are a couple of bootlegs on YouTube, but to avoid any issues, I'll stick to the cast recording. Some of you warned me that the off-Broadway recording doesn't have a lot of dialogue, so with that in mind, I'm gonna go for the Broadway revival. It's probably the best bet in this case. And if by the end of this video you're like, give me more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be notified about future theatre shenanigans. If you have any video suggestions, as usual, just send them my way in the comments or anywhere on social media. You know where to find me. I'm also on Patreon, where you can get early access to videos, some uncut versions, and other extra bits. Link in the description if you want to check it out. Now let's see what Sondheim's got for me today. Rest in peace. Ooh, marching band. Exciting. Ooh, look at the US national anthem sneaking in here. Love those little surprises in the melody. Ooh, that was a smooth transition. Very suspenseful now.
I mean you. Come here and kill a president.
What? I don't know if I should have seen this coming, but I mean, it is called Assassins after all.
First prize often goes to rank.
Is this the little devil on their shoulder?
Ivor Johnson 32. Rubber handles.
Okay.
Out
of all of my reactions, this is probably the show that went crazy the quickest. It's about killing presidents.
Show her you're the best if you can shoot a president.
Wow. That's low. He's playing dirty here. Playing with his heart.
Everybody's got the right to be happy. You wait your turn. It is my turn. I was here first. Watch it now.
This has no right sound in this jersey.
Hey, fella, your wife gone off for good. Hey, fella, you misunderstood.
Okay, I don't know if this was before or after Company, but the drums and some of the music elements kind of take me back to that show. Am I crazy?
Aim for what you want a lot.
I love when they use words in theme for the lyrics. Aim for what? It's like I get this inside joke with the writer, you know? The sudden changes in the melody are so good. I can hear so many influences in the music. I mean, doesn't this drop in the mood sound Sweeney Toddish? I don't know.
There's our pioneer.
Okay. It's both. So this is about real life assassins. That is insane.
No one can be put in jail for their dream.
I mean, if your dream is murdering someone.
Free country means they listen to you. Screaming hard, grab them by the collar. Everybody's got the right to some sunshine. Not the sun, but maybe one of his feet.
Oh, that's cool. Feels like this will be big on the social critique, right? It's right there, I mean.
Everybody's got the right.
Again, no right being this jazzy. Oh, nice key change. This is very morally grey, though.
Ladies and gentlemen,
okay.
The President of the United States.
Oh, wow. We're going all the way back.
Abraham Lincoln.
Sorry, I was reading the lyrics ahead of time. Oh, my heart. I hate this. It makes my heart race. Ah! I knew it was coming and still wasn't prepared. Not the most exciting opening I've ever heard, but it does the job in presenting the theme and enticing lots of curiosity. I am definitely curious, so I guess it's sufficient. I like how ironic it is in saying that everybody has the right to their dreams, when in fact, the problem is that actually many people only have the right to dream, if that makes sense. Some struggle their entire lives to make their dreams come true, and sometimes never actually get there. This is proper good irony here.
Every now and then the country goes a little
More often than not.
doesn't stop the story.
Cool.
Johnny Booth was a handsome devil, had him a temper but kept it level. Everybody
Did he
called
though?
him Wilkes. What made you bring a nation to its knees?
Oh.
Some say
Sondheim was so
voice had
bold in
gone.
his
Some
musical
say it was Booth.
thematics.
They say you
What an
killed the country,
inspiration.
John. Kind of like the lives he lived
Does it sound
on
like
stage.
each verse is going for a different music genre, or is it just me?
Why did you do it, Johnny? Throw it all away.
You know, musicals based on real life stories have a different feel to me. It's just so amusing and entertaining how a show manages to wrap all of these facts in artwork in a way that you end up learning without even knowing. You know, when you leave the theater and you're like, oh, that was really entertaining, but also, do I know things that I didn't know before?
Just destroy the pride and joy of Illinois. You couldn't fill his shoes.
Why, Johnny?
Was that the reason? Tell us, John, along with bad reviews.
Oh, this is fun.
Damn! An indictment of the former President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln,
Okay.
who is herein
Now we'll
charged
discover
with the
his true
following
reasons.
high crimes and misdemeanors. Ruthlessly provoke a war between the states and
So
their
he was
lives.
angry,
Two,
and I see how this is trying to
Missing cues.
humanize him and
two,
rationalize
that
his
you did
actions
silence
a
your
bit,
critics in the
right?
North. Three,
You'd merely had a slew of bad reviews.
I said shut up! I have
Okay,
50
so he's
soldiers
aware
out
of the
here,
balladier. I like
Get
it.
yourselves up, or we'll
I
set
would love
fire
more
to the
exchanges
bar.
like that.
Don't shoot! I have given up my life for one act. Do not let history rob me of its meaning.
Oof, this is
Pass on
powerful.
the truth.
I had no idea Booth was an actor though. This is wild.
Tell them till they listen.
Damn you, Lincoln.
I don't know if it's because Fun Home is still very fresh in my brain, but is Booth the same actor who plays the father in Fun Home? It sounds very much like him, and it would be really silly that I did two of his shows back to back without knowing. It is him though, right?
What I did was kill the man who killed my country.
This is very informative. I was not expecting that.
Damn you, Lincoln, you righteous whore.
Did you turn your be the hope that it was?
This grows surprisingly emotional when you think back at how the song starts.
How the Union can never recover from that vulgar nigger lover.
Oh, whoa. Okay. The song clearly wants to give Booth a voice and demystify the idea that he was just a madman, but at the same time, it really doesn't paint him in a good light. So I really like how it's committed to the whole truth, rather than cherry picking what would justify his actions.
I did it for my country. Let them
The build-up.
cry, dirty traitor.
Nice.
It was.
My god! What is it with Sondheim and jump scares? Bloody hell!
Johnny Booth was a headstrong fella, but traitors just get jeers and boos, not visits to their graves.
Ouch.
While Lincoln, who got mixed reviews,
The balladier is
because of
clearly
you, John now
biased.
gets only red. Damn you,
Oh,
Johnny
this is so interesting.
away.
How the assassination ended up having the opposite effect of what Booth wanted.
Angry men don't write the rules, and guns don't
Wish
right
that was
the
true.
wrongs.
Now that is true.
Damn you, Boo!
Okay. With the risk of being cancelled, I'm not the biggest Neil Patrick Harris fan, but this was quite good. It was fun and informative and a really good setup for the rest of the show, so I'm excited to see how this develops.
Glorious office to which at least one among us may
It sounds
one
a bit
day
unhinged.
aspire. Hail to the chief!
Was that ironic?
You know,
Sounded a bit
you
ironic.
really ought to do something about that stomach.
I do everything about this stomach.
What?
Oh, yes.
I quit my work, no good. I move Miami, no good. I take appendix out, no
How
good.
would moving to
Nothing, no
Miami
good.
be good again?
Nothing.
Have you considered shooting Franklin Roosevelt?
Yep, that's totally what I was gonna suggest to. Okay, before we move on, I don't care how many times I've said this before, but Sondheim shows have a god tier sense of humor. I also really like how when he suggests, well, maybe killing a president will fix your stomach, he goes, do you think that will help? Because it tells you about the character, right? Maybe he's just very easily influenced or very naive. So it doesn't tell you that directly, but that exchange gives you some information about the character. It's always really nice when it's that subtle.
That was President-elect Franklin D. Roosevelt, ladies
Okay,
and gentlemen.
I get the narrative
Speaking to a
structure
crowd
now.
of supporters
I'm
here
afraid
in
it's gonna
Miami.
get a bit repetitive if we follow this order to the end, but we'll see. Oh my. I would be bouncing on my seat every 5 minutes if I was seeing this live. Good lord.
Roosevelt is winning. He's all right, but Mayor
Who cares about shots, right? You gotta continue looking pretty.
We take you now to a group of eyewitnesses who will tell us what they saw.
Oh, everyone's gonna be playing the hero, right? As you do.
I say to him, where do you think you're trying to go?
He was aiming a gun, I was standing right there, so I pushed it as hard as I could in the air. But
Very
just always
bold.
said Roosevelt.
Very brave.
I was there. That's why he was standing back so
This
far.
is so accurate.
You think that I care?
Wow.
No care.
No care.
I look at the world. No good. No fair.
I know this is weird to say, but I feel like this is the type of show that, odd as it is, will always be relevant. Of course, there's no justification for shooting someone ever, but that anger and disappointment and discontent with a social system that favors the rich and overlooks so many will always be relatable. That is probably why Sondheim shows survive the passing of time. Besides the quality of the material, of course, they always explore very relevant and current subjects in their core, no matter how wrapped up in metaphors and analogies and fantasy they might be.
I work in the ditch, no chance to spot the bitch. Right by, don't give no glance. Ever since then,
I see the connection with this Tomic thing now.
Up in Washington, it's winter time in Washington. I go down to Miami, kill Roosevelt.
His performance. Oh.
No funny.
Okay. It was a little bit funny.
He was blowing a kiss, I was saying to Harold, this weather will bliss. It was a historical event.
Worth every penny that we spent.
Just
Ooh, that's a bit cold. Someone got shot.
This makes our vacation a real success.
Wow, this is so freaking accurate, it's sad. People only care about how being there will make themselves look.
I got no smart, no school, but I got no
Oh, man.
foreign tools. I got a American.
This is so hard to listen to without having a moral crisis.
Because
I understand his point. Oh yeah! I do remember one of them went to the electric chair, possibly more than one. This sounded very historically accurate, if I remember some of the facts correctly. Okay, there is so much to think about after each song. In terms of their logic, what led them to the extreme, and where their behavior comes from when we learn about their background. I wish I could just stop for a few minutes before moving on to try and decipher these people. But no one's got time for that.
What does a man do when before his eyes he sees a vision of a new hope dawning for his toiling,
He tries to kill the
agonizing
president,
brother?
apparently.
When at last he realizes his suffering is caused not by the cruelty of fate, but by the injustice
Has
of
a woman
his
ever
fellow
tried to kill the
human
president?
beings, when he himself is starved.
Ooh,
What does he do?
okay. I'm
What
very
does
intrigued.
he do? What does he what
Although these seem
does
very
he
much
do?
inspirational or motivational, as if her words will only inspire the next killer rather than her being the killer. And from the narrative structure, that would make sense, right? Because they always have this one song that is sort of an introduction to the actual action of killing. Well, I guess I can stop asking questions and just listen to the thing. Here's the Sweeney Todd vibes
It
again.
takes a lot of men to make a gun.
Okay, if it's a guy singing, then
Hundreds,
the
many
previous
men
song was
to
just
make a gun.
inspiration, right?
And all you have to do
Oh.
is move.
I love that Booth as the pioneer keeps showing up to act as the
And
devil on everyone's shoulder,
you can change
therefore still paving his way in a sense.
Prove how just a little finger
I keep smiling because the writing is brilliant, but the story itself and the theme is actually very tragic.
First of all, when you've begun.
Okay, that's a long pause.
Everybody pays attention.
What happens
when
here?
you think of all that it can do. Promote the sales of my book.
Really?
And all you have to do is squeeze your little finger.
Why does this sound like a Christmas song? Just a little bit, right?
I got this really great gun. Shit, where is it? No, it's really great. Wait. Shit,
Okay, so
where is it?
that was a
Hey,
female
it's just a
assassin.
30. No, not the shoe. Well, actually, the shoe was too.
This has
No,
such
that's not
Sweeney
it.
Todd,
Shit, I
Mrs.
have it
Lovett
here. Got
vibes.
it. Yeah.
Especially the melody oscillations and her performance. I'm sorry, but don't they sound like carol singers? Kind of funny.
Shit, I shot it.
What did she shoot though?
It took a little finger, no time to
That is really cool.
change the
Okay, that is so cool. Especially how it starts with him talking about how much it takes from people to make this one small object. Only for that same one small object to become more powerful than all those people. Life really is a paradox.
A gun kills many men before it's done.
Wow, that is powerful.
Hundreds.
This is a
Long
good song.
before you shoot the gun, minute machines who died for what? Something to buy? Or what your shoe are gonna think to make the bosses richer?
Wow.
Flames many men before it's done.
The power in these last couple of verses, I have chills. You know, it's called Gun Song not because they're singing about guns, but because the song, the story, belongs to that gun. Or at least that's how I see it. It's such a destructive object that as soon as it's made, or as soon as it belongs to someone, it claims them. Not only in the sense of men dying in the making of it, but also in the sense of being completely transformed by its weight in someone's psyche and behavior. The gun takes control of the person who owns it and of the narrative in this case. Also, I'm still thinking about the Christmas vibes of the melody at some point, especially when we have the choir, because it makes the appreciation for the guns sound even more romantic and utopic, because for a second that they do believe that these guns are gonna solve all their problems, when in reality they don't. If anything, they just cause more problems. So that Christmas vibe in the melody is a nice comic relief from the darker beginning and ending for this song. It's like the song is a sandwich.
Chogosh, working man, born in the middle of
Chogosh, now that's a
Michigan.
cool name.
Some men have everything and some have none, so rise and shine.
It all comes down to
The
social
USA,
disparity,
you can work
right?
your way
For
to the head
all of
the
them, I'm assuming?
line.
Line forms here to meet the President of the United States.
Oh no, you're making it too easy.
Worked out a quiet and simple plan. Had the Pan American Exposition in
Buffalo.
In Buffalo. Heard Bill McKinley say, folks have fun. Some men have everything and some have none. In the USA, you can work your way to the head of the line. Gave
The
him a
irony
thrill.
in Chogosh working his way to the head of the line to kill the guy who's selling America as the place where you can work your way to the top of the line. Elite comedy, I'm telling you. This is fun.
Oh gosh, angry man in
Buffalo.
Said nothing wrong about what I'd done. Some men have
I can't
everything
stop
and some
thinking
have
about how
none.
bonkers the
By
theme of this show is.
In the USA, you can have your say, you can set your goals and seize the day. You've been given
Sure.
the freedom to work
Sure.
your way to the
Ha.
line.
I love how this one doesn't end with the shot. It continues with that positive melody. It's not the end. There you go. To my point. It almost sounds like an advertisement. Like this messed up propaganda of America on the background of a tragedy that just happened. Very current, very fitting.
With one brave, historic act, I will win your love now and for
Ooh,
all
this one has a
eternity.
different motivation.
Tell me, Jody,
This is
how
the
I
first
can earn
ballad,
your
right?
love. What do you want me to do? I
Then
am
what?
unworthy.
Jody goes, I find killing presidents hot.
Let me prove worthy of
Is Jody a real person though? I have my suspicions. As in someone he actually knows? Or this person who's not achievable for some reason? Because this is crazy. This is crazy.
You are wind and devil and God.
Okay, someone else in love?
Take my blood and my body for your
Take
love.
what now?
Let me be worthy of your love.
I would come take you from your life.
I would
My
come
God,
take you
they're
from
insane.
yourself.
You would be
Ooh,
queen,
Charlie's in jail.
not wife
Why am I not surprised?
for you.
Last night for you.
Even though I will always know I am unworthy.
Oh, the melody transition was fire.
I'll find a way to earn your love. Wait and
Okay, I'm sorry, but they actually tried to kill the president to prove their love to these people? Is this factual? Ooh, it's death time. Oh no, it's gonna be...
he died
I
so
knew
our
it.
love could live.
Madness.
Looks like I forgot to duck. I sure hope that surgeon's a Republican. Where'd that kid learn
Oh
to
man,
shoot in the
I
Russian
shouldn't
army?
laugh.
There you go again.
Why is this funny though?
There you
Why was it... Okay. I'm so conflicted.
Guess who?
My god!
You scared
The
me.
trigger warnings
Yeah.
this show must have.
terrifying and imposing figure. You know,
If you have to say like that.
How would you like to be the wife of the ambassador to France?
That would be nice.
I don't like his vibes.
Oh,
No.
let me steal a kiss.
I don't think
Oh, just one little kiss.
Stop.
Tell him, go.
I want a kiss.
Did she shoot her?
Are
Did
you
he
alright?
shoot her? What? Oh, thank goodness.
I am
I don't like
the
this guy.
next ambassador to France. President Garfield, I want to be ambassador to France.
To quote Iridsi from Hadestown, ooh, he's crazy.
Mad as a hatter.
Oh, why would you?
I am going to the Lordy.
All of them got death sentences, right?
Hallelujah.
This is quite sad, actually.
Come on, Charlie Guiteau. Never said never or heard the word no. Faced with disaster, his
Probably
heart
why
would
he's
beat
about to
faster.
die
His
now.
smile would just look on the right side, look on the
Wow.
right side, sit on the right side.
There's
of
so
the
many
road.
abrupt
This is
melody
the
changes
land
in
of
this.
lightning
Especially
forth.
to differentiate the ballady from the assassins. And it reminds me of a comment someone left here on the channel once about how Sondheim had the goal to always keep the audience on the edge with his music. So we never really know what to expect. And that's very evident on this show.
Charlie Guiteau drew a crowd to his trial. Let
really?
them in. The Lord's my employer, and now he's my lawyer. So do what you. If I am guilty, then God is as well. But God
Wow.
was acquitted.
I think
and
God's really
Charlie
happy with that
committed
statement,
until
Charlie.
he should hang. Look on the bright side, not on the black side. Wait till you see tomorrow. Look on the right side.
Wow.
I am going to
Each part
the Lord
of this section sounds so different. It's like listening to 3 songs at the same time. It's kind of a nice representation of how volatile Charlie is as well.
So many people that tickets were raffled. Shine on his
Seriously,
shoes.
why was he so popular?
Sit on the right side of the
Oh no.
going to the Lordy.
Oh, nice.
So glad.
Nah, you though? Sound a bit nervous, Charlie.
I have saved my country.
I'm sorry, but they all seem to have massive egos as well.
Inside the bad side, something's good. This is your golden opportunity. You've been a preacher. Yes, I have. You've been an author.
Oh, maybe that's why he was so
You've been a
popular.
killer. Something tomorrow, and the Lord.
Nice! Ooh. And the sound of what I assume is him falling to his hanging, that was a cool touch.
Don't blame me, I'm from Massachusetts!
What? You know, if there's one word to describe the show, it's unhinged.
Stay with me, baby. Talk me down. In this, the waning hours of your administration.
Oh, he's talking to the president? How come? In his head, right? Not on the actual phone.
Why so city, babe? What can I say?
Okay,
You know
he
what?
sounds completely out of his mind.
I gave you my vote. You pissed all over it.
Said everyone who
What
voted
the hell?
in an election
Guys like
ever.
you. You're the backbone of the nation, Sammy. Shut up, Dick! I'm
God.
talking now, all right? I'm talking! and
I'm
you're
really
listening.
interested in finding out how accurate
seen the papers
their
lately?
personalities are.
Wasn't supposed to be like
I mean,
this.
he's got a point.
Wasn't. Want to make things better? Let's hold an election. The Democrat says he'll fix everything. The Republicans fucked up. The Republican says he'll fix
Wow.
everything. The Democrats
He's mad,
fucked
but
up.
he's in touch with reality.
Who's telling us the truth?
It's really
Who's
interesting.
lying?
Also,
Someone's lying. Who?
messing up with my head.
We need to believe, like little kids, that someone wants what's best for us.
Oh man.
Someone's looking out for us. That someone loves
He
us.
started out sounding like the least
they?
stable of them all
No,
and
they
developed
lie
into
to us.
a true
They lie
speaker.
about what's right. They lie about
This
what's
is
wrong.
insane.
They lie about, and when we realize they're lying, then we get scared.
This is so real,
we get
man.
Terrified.
I love the contrast between him being
Children.
reasonable
Waking
one
in the dark,
second
we
and
don't know where we
completely
are.
unhinged the next.
I had a bad dream, and then Daddy comes and takes me in his arms and says, "It's okay, Sammy.
Oh, there's some family
Daddy's
trauma to
here.
uncover then.
Your mommy doesn't, but I do." And then where are we? Who do we believe? Who do we trust? What do we do?
So good.
We do the only thing we can do.
This is so freaking good.
We kill the president.
The rawness of it keeps you hooked the whole time and also grounds the character despite his clear instability, as well as adds so much emotion to his words. I know it wasn't really a song, but I loved it. What's with the airplane situation there? Did he hijack a plane?
I did it because it is wrong for one man to have so
This
much
already
service
sounds
while
better
other
than the
men have
official
none.
national anthem.
Bring down
I'm
the
here
government
for
of
it.
Abraham.
I did it to prove to her my everlasting love.
I did it to make
Gotta
him
sort out
listen
your
to Charlie.
priorities, man.
Where I was
Where's
coming
my
from.
I did
prize?
it because no one cares
Where's
about the
my
poor man's
prize?
face.
I did it so I'd know where I was coming
The
from.
psychological layers in this are overwhelming.
So I'd have someplace to come
Don't I
from,
get a
someplace to go.
prize?
Ooh, that's interesting.
I did it to make people listen because she wouldn't take my phone call.
You know, the lines separating sanity and insanity are so thin, but at the same time, most of them have very genuine reasons, not justifications, reasons. And that's what causes all of this moral conflict, or at least that's what I'm experiencing right now.
Didn't mean a nickel, you just shed a
Oh.
little blood, and a lot of
The
people
ballad
shed
has
a
no
lot of
chills.
tears. Didn't fix the stomach, and you drunk your final bud, and
Ouch.
it didn't help the workers, and
Kicked
it
him while
didn't
they're
heal
down.
the country. No, we're never gonna get the prize.
No one listens.
Are we never?
I love how theatrical the music sounds. You know how for most modern musicals, you get songs that could easily be playing on the radio or be confused for pop songs? That doesn't happen with Sondheim. His music is so rooted in theater that playing it in any other scenario just feels odd. And I just really love how you know you're listening to a musical theater song when you're listening to Sondheim. Even if you don't know anything about the song or the story or the characters or any of the context.
You can be what you choose, from a mailman to a president. There are prizes
If only
all
we
around
were all
you, if
given the
you're
same
wise enough to
opportunities,
see.
huh?
Another national anthem playing, not the one you cheer.
It says
Bullshit.
It says the ones that can't get in.
You know, I get the tragedy of it all and the violence of the actions, but it's also extremely sad when we learn more about their circumstances and even their sympathy for other people's circumstances.
The country's built on dreams.
People listen.
And the mailman won the lottery.
They may not
Wait,
want to hear it, but
does the ballad sometimes work as a metaphor for the American propaganda, trying to sell us the perfect country and divert our attention from the actual issues, the very issues that drove most of these people to the extreme, because now it does feel like that's the role that he plays, and I love it if that's what it is. You know how he talks about some people forgetting that this country is built on dreams, that the mailman can win the lottery, but at the same time, what does that really mean? Anyone has dreams. Those are very vague ideas that seem to be romanticized by him to cover up the issues.
You forgot about the country, so it's now forgotten you.
You forgot about the country, so it's now forgotten you. That is so cold.
If you try, that's what the words all you have to do. Right, all you have to do.
Oh. Yes.
If you can't do what you want to, then you do the things you
Oh, I love that.
try again.
You can always get your dreams. Sure,
Oh,
the
man.
mailman won the lottery.
There is so much to unpack here.
Take a look, Lee. Do you know
Wow,
what
we
that
still have
is?
time for another one.
That is America, the land where any kid can grow up to be president. The shining city. This is America too. The mass
Okay.
of men lead lives of
Getting
quiet
more realistic.
desperation. An American said that, and he was right. There are no lives of quiet desperation in here. Desperation, yes, but quiet. I don't think so.
Wow.
Not today. This is the big one. You are the big one. You are the
right.
one who's gonna
We
sum
couldn't
it
miss
all up
JFK.
and blow it all wide open. People will hate me. They will hate you with a passion, Lee. Ti supplico,
Please, we beseech you.
noi siamo
Is he
disperati,
talking to Lee?
inconsolabili.
Inconsolable.
Love how they're all here just haunting each other.
Ci senso
You and your act, we are revived and given meaning.
Ognuno della nostra vita
Our
e della
lives.
nostra
Kind of interesting to think of that line as how violence feeds violence. Through him, they're given meaning.
Without you, we're just footnotes in a history book.
Disappointed office seeker.
Deranged immigrant.
I'm assuming those footnotes are real, right?
We are a force of history.
We
How they were described at the time.
Finally, we belong
To one another.
to the nation.
I mean, you're all dead.
bitter truths you carry in your heart. You can share them with the world.
Ooh.
We're your family.
Admire.
Wow. I can't believe the song starts when it's about to end.
And
I've
in
been
all
fooled. This show's not good for my heart. I love how they're using the national anthem for dramatic purposes.
The president's been shot.
I remember where I was in the yard.
I
out
still
back.
can't quite predict where this show is ending, to be honest.
Thought where I was
That
when
super
I was
low
doing something
beat
just
on the
broke.
background is giving me chills.
The president's been shot.
Oof. So nice and haunting. Oh, I love that so much.
Near the ridge,
He was crying.
she was crying.
I don't know that much about US presidents. Why do people like JFK so much?
There are presidents who aren't worth a lot. I kept thinking
Ha,
the kind that gets elected. Mr.
They are.
Mr.
The military drums throughout the whole thing really piece it together, don't they?
I was getting pressed. Something just went.
I really want to know why his death seems much more painful than everyone else's.
Scared of what
Was he that much better than the others? I need to open a history book. Why does it sound like Into the Woods now? It's the child, right? I swear I've heard all of his shows in this.
Fix it up fast, please, till it's just smoke.
It was chilling at the start, then sad. Now it's just a moment. Exactly.
Something just.
I really liked it. I really liked its subtlety. There's no fuss. Still got the message across. And even though the melody is very simple, there is a richness of sounds that makes you journey through lots of emotions. Like I said, it started very chilling, then it got quite sad, and then it just became a channel for people to express their emotions and get some relief by doing that. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. I'm sorry, I don't know it sounded like that. Everybody's got the right to their dreams.
Free country means you get to connect.
I like how each one says something that connects to their reasoning for doing what they did.
Got the right to some sunshine.
Shine,
Not
the sun, but maybe one of its beams. This line is so sad. How some people have to conform to less than what they deserve. Everybody's got the right
to their dreams.
Oh. No shots. No shots will be fired. Will I be ready at last? Damn it. I wasn't ready. Okay, so musically, it didn't excite me as much. Not because it's bad, but because I feel like it's that type of show that you have to watch. I could tell that there was a lot of nuance that I was missing, and it's a character-driven show through and through, and those are a bit harder to connect with by listening to the cast recording only. The concept though, like no other. Super interesting and singular in its witness and unhingedness. Also quite informative, which I enjoyed. In the end, I feel like it all comes down to the lines, if you can't do what you want to, then you do the things you can. Those really stood out to me. That's because it feels like it's the bottom line here, right? If you don't give people the means and the opportunities to build a good life for themselves, they have to turn to what they can do, which is access a gun in America, apparently. Of course, again, it's no justification, but we also have to think that there are a lot of problems in the system that would lead people to want to do things like this. Which takes me back to the currentness of the show, unfortunately. Most of their reasonings are all very relevant, apart from the two who just wanted to impress their crushes. There were a few things that I really enjoyed, like the role of the balladeer as a storyteller and as a metaphor for American propaganda. I still believe that is what it is. How precise the show is in creating patterns like the gunshots at the end of some of the songs and the marching band, or how much the melodies oscillate to represent the state of mind of the characters, or the conflict with the balladeer. That was pretty cool. I'm still trying to read the people in it and their motivations, and it was very thought-provoking in that sense, which I truly appreciate. Did you enjoy this video? Then make sure to leave your like in your comments below, and I'll see you next time to conquer the world of musical theatre. Keep singing. Ciao!